Jessica Sanchez, from Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Victim Service Specialist. I'm here with CYNDI and Steve Schmidt, and I wanted to find out with you guys if you can share your story with us and what brought you to MADD.
Sure. In 2012, October 13th, 2012, I was, it was a Saturday afternoon, a beautiful day. I was going out to pick up my grandkids about 45 minutes from my front door in St. Louis, out to Troy, Missouri. And my son was with me. It was his kids, and we were going to pick them up. And we looked up and there was a car. We were on a divided highway with a large medium in the middle. And we looked up and it looked like a car was on the wrong side of the highway, headed right for us in the fast lane. And your mind kind of plays tricks on you. And I thought, well, maybe it's a car that was being towed, you know. But it dawned on me that no, it wasn't being towed. There was somebody on the wrong side of the highway in the fast lane coming right at us. And it's like a flashlight went off in my head. And everything went in slow motion. My first thought was get out of that lane, but I couldn't because there was two cars next to me. My second thought was get over into the medium because it was a large grassy medium. And I thought that might help protect us when we get hit, because I knew we were going to get hit. And so I hit the brakes and made a sharp left turn, and the drunk driver followed me. And the highway patrol said I made 4 turns off of the highway, on the highway, back off of the highway, and then the last time up on the highway, she followed every turn, and she hit my side head on. And it was a devastating crash. I don't remember the impact. I remember everything right before the impact. It was, I don't know, I guess your mind kind of protects you, but I didn't feel the impact. When I come to, the car was smoky. I thought the car was on fire. And as a father, the first thing I thought about was my son. Is my son okay? So I looked over and I was having a hard time trying to talk. I couldn't get my breath. And he said, "Dad, are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I think so. I just can't hardly talk." I said, "Are you okay?" He said, "Yeah, I think so, Dad." And that's somebody reached in the car and said, "We got help on the way." Said still, the car's not on fire. They said that smoke was from the airbags. So that kind of put me at ease. But at some point in time, shortly after, I lost my vision. I don't know if that was from shock or my eyes were swollen shut, but I could just hear people talking. So they said they had to airlift me. So they put a blanket over me and they said, we got to cut you out of the car, but you're not going to die. We just got to put the blanket on you to keep you from getting metal in all your wounds. So we're going to take care of you. And I heard the helicopter and I felt them lift me out of the car. And that's really about the last thing I remember for the next a good 5 to 6 weeks. I wasn't in a coma, but I was so drugged up because I had 17 major fractures, plus a collapsed lung. And they called my family to the hospital and said, he's probably not going to make it. But I didn't know none of this because I was out of it. And that went on for about 3 weeks, me probably not going to make it, but I finally got strong enough where I did. I come through. When I finally come to, I want to say it was about 4 weeks later, and CYNDI was with me, and I said, "Honey, how long's it been?" She said, "Well, what's it been, about 2 or 3 days?" She goes, "No, it's been 4 weeks." And wow, that just threw me off. So anyway, it was 3.5 months in the hospital, about 2 months in a nursing home trying to learn how to walk again, but I made it. But you know, the hard thing about all this was the family, what it puts the family through, because really the first 5 days, they just kept saying, we don't think he's going to make it. He's seriously injured. He's lost a lot of blood. All my injuries were internal except for my left leg. My left leg was crushed. My tibia and fibia were sticking out, compound fracture. But you know, the family, they still have to go on with their lives and go to work, and I was being taken care of. So it's really hard on the family not knowing, especially CYNDI, not knowing if I was going to make it every day. When she come to the hospital every day, she didn't know if she was going to find me, you know, gone or what. But that went on for a long time. I was on a ventilator for, I want to say about 3 weeks, son.
Yeah.
About 3 weeks I was on a ventilator. And I do remember them trying to take me off of that, because I remember people saying, just breathe, try to breathe. And I just, you know, your body gets spoiled to the ventilator, so it's hard for you to start breathing on your own. But bottom line was I made it. They told me I'd never walk again. I'm walking. So, it's all because of a poor choice that somebody made. The lady that hit me was triple the legal limit on the wrong side of a highway at 2:30 on a Saturday afternoon. So
I always remember when you tell your story in court. Can you tell what the judge said? That has always left a huge.
Yes. We had about 6 trials we had to, not trials, but court hearings we had to go to, and each time me and my son read our statements, and not one time did this lady ever show any sorrow, or she just didn't care what she had done to us. And so the final day, the sentence, we flew back into St. Louis for the sentencing, and I read my story, and my son read his. And a neat thing that my son said, he said, you did not, the lady that hit me, you did not get charged with killing anybody, but you killed the person my father was. That person is gone forever. And it really is true. I mean, it changed my life terribly, because I had to move down to Florida because of the cold weather. I got 7 steel rods and 32 screws in it. But the judge put her up on the stand, and he asked her, he said, well, her name was Terry. Terry, you think you ever be able to pay Mr. Fleming back for his financial losses? Because financially it was devastating. We almost had to file bankruptcy. And she said, no, I'm bipolar now because of the crash. And he just kind of shook his head. He said, well, let me ask you this. He said, we've been in here 6 times, and not one time have you ever apologized to the family. Why not? And she says, what do you want me to do? I can't go back and change it. It is what it is. He said, I can change that, and he gave me 7 years. Happiest day of my life.
Wow. Thank you for that. That has always left a huge, just the satisfaction of you being able to, the judge just, I can guarantee the room must have been quiet, and the judge just saying that was so impactful. So now it's National Crime Victims' Rights Week. So you guys are advocates for MAD. You're at every event, you're always promoting MAD. We thank you so much, and your work with us it's amazing. You guys, like I said, you're true advocates. Is there anything that you want to share for someone who's experienced a crash and they're trying to get better, they're just getting out of it, and they haven't connected with MAD? Is there anything that you want to share to this person? Because we have a lot of viewers on our social media who maybe have not connected with us.
Well, let me say this. I had found out at a later date, after I kind of got out of my craziness from being hurt so bad. CYNDI said that the accident was on October the 13th, a Saturday afternoon. October the 14th, somebody from MAD called her and said, hey, there's all the assistance you need. We can even help you financially if we need to. She said, we've got people you can talk to help get through this. And MAD was unbelievable. They were more help than anybody.
I can't say enough about them. You guys have a great group, and especially the Southwest Florida team is really fantastic. I can't say enough for you guys. The crash happened back in St. Louis, Missouri, and that MAD team helped us through, and I don't know what I would have done without them.
Yeah, it's a funny story. When I started doing it, because they were so much help, because MAD was so much help, more than the lawyers, the prosecuting attorneys. MAD just answered all of our questions, told us what each case was for, when we had to go. And so that's why I got involved with MAD in St. Louis. So when I had to move down here because of my injuries, I couldn't take the cold weather no more. I immediately got a hold of Laurie Burke, your boss. And I called her and told her, hey, I'd like to get involved. She goes, well, right now I'm working out of my home. We don't have an office. She said, but I promise I will call you when we get established and everything. And it was really, I want to say 6 or 7 months later, I figured she had forgot about it. But Laurie called me and said, hey, we have an office. And I said, well, where's it at? She told me, and like a miracle, it's like 5 minutes from my front door. So I just, you guys, MAD, the organization.
Can't say enough.
Can't say enough. And I tell people when I speak, I never gave a thought to Mothers Against Drunk Driving until it happened to me. And when it happened to me, wow, it changes your whole outlook. They were just fabulous. MAD was fabulous. Oh, your team was just unbelievable.
And I kind of like to say too is if anyone has been in a crash and they need some assistance or just someone to talk to or anything, you really do need to get in touch with MAD, because they can give you the advice, direction that you need to go.
Emotionally.
And emotionally, just I can't say enough about it. I really can't.
It was almost like a shoulder to cry on once in a while when I would talk to my lady in St. Louis and Laurie here. It was somebody to kind of talk to and get it out of my system, because I had a lot of anger in me for a couple years. I was losing sleep because I was thinking, how do I get back at this person? It took me a long time to forgive that person. You know, it took me a long time. And MAD kind of helped me get in touch with somebody to talk to. And they said, you know, Steve, you got to let it go because you're losing sleep. And the lady that hit you is sleeping like a puppy. She's fine. And because you have all these thoughts in your mind, it's just hurting you. It's not hurting her. So that was a lot of help too.
And I know you speaking at our victim impact panels is a lot of help. I mean, you're getting your story out to all these offenders, and you're actually changing lives. You're making them decide, you know, it's not, you know, maybe it's not the right thing to drink and drive, and you're getting that out there, and it's so important. And like I said, we love you guys, and we thank you guys so much for being a part of our team.
Well, thank you.
We love you guys too. That's for sure.
All right. Thank you guys.
Okay. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Jessica.